Hello there everybody, welcome back to another video. Out here we're going to be discussing today my review and recap on the Monster Jam World Finals 23 in Inglewood, California at SoFi Stadium. After nearly 10 months of waiting, the event had finally happened and it happened last weekend, and it was a pretty awesome and fun time. So let's go ahead and discuss my review and recap here on the event. First up, we've got the press conference from Thursday, May 16th. Some interesting stuff during the press conference would get revealed. First thing we're going to talk about is the Monster Jam World Finals 24 for next year, as it was revealed to be Salt Lake City, Utah on 4th of July weekend. Now, there are some things I do like and dislike about this World Finals. First off, the location. Now, I remember Monster Talk saying in a video he posted on potential World Finals locations after this year, this was one of the picks being Salt Lake City. Because Salt Lake City has hosted many great events. I think it's going to host the Olympics and do something with the Olympics soon. I'm not really sure, but I do know it's hosted like many of the kind of World Finals type events for Monster Energy Supercross, which is Feld Entertainment's second big motorsports property that they own. So, it did make sense from that standpoint. It was definitely a really good prediction out here by Monster Talk. But the big thing that is really disappointing is the fact that it is on the West Coast. And I'm hoping I can go to World Finals next year. I probably will. We just gotta make sure we save up some money and try to gain some nice money on YouTube. If you guys also want to help me support to get out to Salt Lake City, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell and watch all the videos, because views equals money. But anyway, we are a bit disappointed it is on the West Coast. I kind of wish they did it more on the East Coast. It would be a childhood dream come true if it was in Tampa. No, that'd just be a childhood dream come true to have a World Finals in my home city of Tampa Bay. That would just be awesome. I hope it happens at some point in the future. Or maybe, I think I heard this is possibly a 2-year deal for Salt Lake City. I'm not really sure, but I heard it possibly is a 2-year deal, kind of like how it was in Orlando. So, there's a chance, maybe in either 2026 or 2027, we can finally get a World Finals in Tampa. But, Salt Lake City, it's going to be good. It's another outdoor venue, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The possible chance for an elevated starting line, possibly, for that kind of racing to return. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what will happen. But one thing I really do like about the date is the fact that it's going to be on 4th of July weekend, which is around the time of my birthday, so that's a really good birthday party / present, if you say so myself. And it's also really good for schools, since the past 2 years, the past couple World Finals, such as in the second Orlando World Finals back in 2022, World Finals 21, and this past weekend's World Finals for Inglewood, they're both kind of planned on bad weekends, as these were the weekends before final exams. So that can really suck to have to go back to school after World Finals and have to take exams. I know Monster Jam may not be as concerned with their teenage audience, considering most of Monster Jam's fan base are older parents taking their younger kids to the shows. But it would still be nice for some of the few fans who may be in in college, high school, even in middle school, for them to not have to worry about going back to school to take exams. That is probably was not just me, but probably there were lots of people who may have had to take exams and other final tests for their schooling, whatever they're doing after World Finals. Luckily, I did not take any exams. I exempted out of them both of those years where they had the World Finals the weekend before exams. Luckily, I was able to exempt to alleviate stress. So having this being 4th of July weekend is perfect, because we do not have to worry about school possibly interfering. So it's gonna be a great. So that's just an awesome weekend pick out here. 4th of July. This is the second time World Finals will be hosted on a 4th of July weekend, as we saw it hosted on 4th of July weekend back in Nashville. But the only thing, there's actually only one other concern I do have with the 4th of July weekend. Considering for Nashville I was able to drive, and we've avoided most of the traffic, I would have to say. And but the only bad thing is 4th of July weekend is plane tickets, so that may be hard to get a plane ticket flight, maybe a bit expensive. And getting to the airport may be a bit crowded since it's 4th of July weekend. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on my opinions on the World Finals. I can't wait for next year. Hopefully I get a shot to go. Next up, we got Sparkle Smash. As when the original stunt got unveiled, we were all wondering who was going to drive it. We obviously knew it was probably going to be a female driver, but we didn't know who. And I actually originally had thoughts of maybe either Logan Ashline or maybe Angelina Knock, but we were surprised to see at the announcement of the press conference that Kayla Blood will be the new driver for Sparkle Smash. So, that is pretty awesome to hear for Kayla Blood to get to move into Sparkle Smash. They haven't got the personality to really fit this truck, and this truck, it is pretty, but it is also fierce, and that is also something we can definitely describe as Caleb Blood out there. And on the track, good looking, but is fierce out on the Monster Jam track. So, a pretty understandable driving choice. Something I've been noticing in the theme of when Monster Jam has debuted new trucks over the years. Especially ever since, like, I think the 2020 or in like 2020, 2019, when Monster Jam debuts new trucks, they want to debut them and have them be on stadium tours, not in arenas. It's been a long time since we've had a brand new truck compete in arenas. So, to see them, since, Brodozer, Bro Camino, Bakugan Dragonoid, Lucas Stabilizer, JCB Digatron, Thunder Aurorus, they all debuted in stadiums. So, it kind of didn't make sense out here for Sparkle Smash to want to be on a stadium tour for next year, which that only gave you two options for a female driver to drive it, being either Kayla or Cynthia, and Kayla would probably fit the name better. So, it's awesome to see Kayla Blood will now be taking over the Sparkle Smash reign out here. We cannot wait. This can be something good for her, as I believe Sparkle Smash, as she's now got a new chassis, which may be good for her. And she's also got a new crew chief. Her new crew chief is Shane. Is definitely way better than the person Kayla Blood had the previous time throughout this year, as that crew chief definitely was not the best. I've heard some complaints about him from Todd LeDuc, but that is awesome. Our new crew chief, a new chassis, and we kind of have proven and seen here throughout the past this year when JCB Digatron debuted. Tristan's truck this year is probably the best running truck, probably out there on the whole Monster Jam circuit out here from the whole season. If we were to give an award or something to the best working and running truck of the year, it would probably go to Tristan England. As Tristan England's truck, JCB Digatron, never missed a single competition in the season. Throughout the whole season, it never missed a competition. The truck was able to run smooth. It was fast. It rarely broke. Like, the only times it would break is if it, like, crashed or something. If Tristan England failed a backflip or something. I think also had a crash off of a failed two-wheel attempt off of a stoppie back in Tampa. Show one. But besides that, the truck mainly held together. You'd rarely have to see it going back to the pits during the show to go get fix-ups, as the truck was able to run smooth for the whole season. It ran really good, and so I'm hoping Sparkle Smash can be built like JCB Digatron, where the truck runs smooths, and Kayla Blood can really step up her game and improve herself in Sparkle Smash. Kayla Blood has done awesome in Soldier Fortune. We're definitely going to miss Soldier Fortune with Kayla Blood. She definitely fit the truck. The gray fire suit fit her really well. And with her military background out here, it was really awesome. I don't know what's going to happen to Soldier Fortune. I hope it continues running. Since Soldier Fortune is one of the last actual trucks, and not just animals or 3D bodies out there on the track. So we hope it comes. Hopefully, a new driver can take in, and with maybe a new driver or something that can take over the reins here of Soldier Fortune, as it was an awesome truck. We want to see it continue. We'd love to have the representation out here out here, we love representing for all different types of like ethnic groups and stuff and like that, representing for the people, for the military. We want to represent those people here in Monster Jam, and with Soldier of Fortune Black Ops being gone after Tony Oaks moved to Thunder Wars, and now Caleb Blood moving to Sparkle Smash. We hope that there's a new Soldier of Fortune driver out there, so we continue to represent for those who have made great sacrifices for our country. And lastly, the last thing we got to know from the press conference was Marvel trucks are now going to be debuting in the USA, which is pretty awesome. I do know, I did hear some talks that it was going to happen in 2025, but it's going to happen way earlier. It's going to happen this year. And we cannot wait. So far, we have known that the Marvel trucks will be debuting in the US in the fall in 3 different stadium shows, being Glendale, Arlington, and Houston. The regular stadium shows they do around in the fall time of October. It'll be awesome to see those. The 4 Marvel trucks will be running in the USA. From what we heard, Barry Musauer will drive Black Panther. Brandon Arthur will drive Iron Man. Then the 2 new Marvel drivers, we've got Camden Murphy in The Amazing Spider-Man and Jamie Sullivan in Thor. So this is a really, really interesting out here of a lineup here, as it is it's great to see Barry and Brandon Arthur out here in the States representing for the Marvel trucks. It's really awesome to see Brandon Arthur finally do some stadium shows here in the States. I think it's where he's gonna really shine for the international tour. He gets to compete now because on the the international tour is great and all, but now he's moving to the US. He's gonna get to face off against some really fierce competition like Camden Murphy, Ryan Anderson, Adam Anderson, the strong independent teams. It's going to be awesome for Brandon Arthur. This is going to be a career-defining moment and a really big breakout moment out here for Brandon Arthur coming up. We cannot wait to see him. Again, we cannot wait to see Barney Musauer representing Black Panther here in the States. And then we've got Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. That was really an interesting choice. I'm guessing Bernard's going to continue during the fall. He's going to run Amazing Spider-Man probably in Australia. Probably he'll probably run it there, while Camden Murphy runs it in the States. Hopefully, this is not a permanent switch for Camden Murphy. Hopefully, this is not a sign of the Spin Master contract with Monster Jam dying off. That would be really sad, as Spin Master's done an amazing job of making the Monster Jam toys, and we want them to stay around for quite a long time, and it would be sad to see them go. So I hope things stick around. Hopefully it's something just temporary for Camden Murphy, and he could be back to Bakugan Dragonoid for the next season. As currently right now there are no shows scheduled for Bakugan Dragonoid, none in the summer shows as we've seen so far. Or so we really do hope Camden Murphy goes back to Bakugan Dragonoid, hopefully in the new season. Then Jamie Sullivan and Thor. This will definitely be an interesting switcheroo swap out here for Jamie Sullivan to drive Thor. And it's really interesting. I can definitely see her representing the Thor name pretty good out here, and I think she's going to do pretty good. It'll be awesome to see her get some more stadium experiences. She's been doing awesome in stadiums. And she seems like she's done awesome in the stadium. So far, I believe she's only done 5 stadium shows so far. She did 3 in the fall of last year, being Glendale, Arlington, and Houston. She did the Superstar Challenge, and then this year she did Syracuse, and she did World Finals. So, and she's done really awesome. And it seems like her freestyle runs from Arlington of last year, the Superstar Challenge, and World Finals were just awesome. She did awesome and nailed it in those competitions. I cannot wait to see her get some more time in the stadiums coming up here in Thor. Maybe this will be a sign that Jamie Sullivan will be in a United States Stadium tour next year. Hopefully, although I hope she drives Monster Dalmatian, as we finally got a great driver for Monster Dalmatian, and then we would hate to see Monster Dalmatian go. Next up, we have Friday. Oh, also, Thursday was also that day. That was also my first time flying on a plane to LA. Kind of relevant information considering I didn't vlog I did film the takeoff and I got some pictures, but it was awesome to get my first time flying. It was awesome. Definitely an interesting experience. The flight there, I just slept and played Angry Birds the whole time. Next up, we got qualifying. And Friday at the stadium. So first off, out here, we got to do the Friday at the Stadium video, which actually turned out to probably be one of my second most viewed videos currently right now of all time. Second to East Rutherford, the East Rutherford Pool Table Diecast Show, all the way from 2022. So, it was just awesome out here to get to be at the stadium. Although I'm going to do a Friday at the stadium for World Finals, it's always been one of my dreams to do like one of the Thursday or Friday at the stadiums and watching the behind the scenes stuff for our World Finals. And this is probably out of all the Friday at the stadiums I've done for World Finals. I did one in Orlando, one in Nashville, and one now in Inglewood. So far, out of the 3 World Finals Friday at the stadium, this was probably the best one. We got to see, although the security was very strict on filming and where you can and can't be, we still got to enjoy ourselves, and we still got a really great quality video out of that. So, and it was just awesome. It was a fun time hanging out there. I got to meet some new people who were also hanging out there. I also got to meet up with Wyatt and Mohawk Warrior 001 and Mostruck Sid. I meet up with them. We had a fun time. I'm hanging out. We got to watch everything from the outside. It was just so awesome. It's such a fun time. And I'm hoping we get to do it again. It's definitely a step up here compared to the past 2 years. Orlando, Friday at the Stadium in Orlando was mainly a vlog of seeing the pit party setup, as everything was already set up for pit party for Saturday. And when I did that for Orlando, so that was awesome. Although it wasn't the best of video. Friday at the Stadium for Nashville wasn't a complete bust, as you couldn't really see anything because of all the trees, gates, and blocked off areas. You just could not see anything. But this year we got a good Friday at the Stadium. It was pretty awesome. Now to cover the events from that day, David Olfer and Velociraptor was able to win last chance qualifying and get his shot at the main field. That was really awesome. I was super happy to see David Olfer finally get a shot here in the main field. He deserved it. I think he was robbed of World Finals spots the previous 2 years in 2022 and 2023. But to come out this year and win last chance qualifying, was able to beat fellow team Throttle Monster Truck, Mike Christensen, and Vendetta in the finals for the win. And that was just awesome. It was awesome to see Monster Jam kind of bring back the showdown competition for the first time ever since 2019. For the first time in 5 years, we got to see it back. It was awesome. And it was awesome to get to see David Olfer get the win and finally get a World Finals spot. That was really well deserved. Then Tyler Menninga would get the fastest qualifier position. Not really much to say there. Tyler Menninga, he's fast, he's awesome in racing. He was awesome in faster racing all season long on Stadium Tour East, so it was awesome to see him get fastest qualifier here in World Finals. Next up, we have Saturday for the pit party. Now, the pit party was very interesting out here for World Finals. Unlike this image, it was outdoors, and this World Finals pit party was probably one of the best ever, or probably, as the weather was pretty good. And probably was maybe, I don't know how the weather was back in Vegas, back the 19 years they did in Vegas. I'm really not sure, considering I wasn't there. But if any of y'all went to World Finals in Vegas and got to experience the pit party, comment down below what the weather was like, because I would like to know. Because out of all the World Finals pit parties I've been to, this one's probably had the best weather so far. Without a doubt, this probably was the best weather for a World Finals pit party we've seen in a long time. 2 in Orlando are extremely hot. Nashville was extremely hot. But now we finally get a nice, cool pit party. The weather was nice. It wasn't hot. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. And it was probably some of the best pit party weather we've probably seen all year long. At least from my experience, probably some of the best weather. The only thing that could possibly top the weather for that is probably maybe Miami from this year, but that's kind of unfair to compare considering Miami was an indoor venue and had AC. But from the outdoor ones I went to, this one was probably really nice. It was a really nice day out there. And getting to meet with all the Monster Jam community members that we did. There were just so many Monster Jam community members that were there, especially when the gates were about to drop and open. And for the pit party, when I was standing there at the gate for the pit party waiting for it to open, I saw so many people from the community. I saw Avengers Racing, Monster Talk, Monster Truck Lord, um, that MJ guy, Mac Bulldog Mac, Jesus Esparza, like all of them, Jacob Knows Cool, Jacob Mumpower, the dude who did the stuff, the vlogs for the Tomfoolery Motorsports. It was just really awesome. I mean, you see all those people out there ready to go out here. I kind of felt like at the gate waiting to enter pit party for last year's World Finals in Nashville. Felt like there wasn't hardly any of the Jam fan members there. I was probably one of the only ones there, along with Jesus Esparza and Mark Crush, who were a bit in the back of the line if you were to watch Jesus's video. But it was so nice to get to be with all the Monster community members, hang out with them. It was awesome getting to meet up with all the community members. You know, I got to meet so many. I got to meet all the ones I just described. Also got to meet Mohawk Warrior 001, my good buddy of mine. Also got to see Monster Sid Wyatt once again. And I got to meet Zona Monsters as well. Well, like, I just met so many community members. It was super duper fun. It was probably one of the best World Finals pit parties I've probably ever been to. I was able to meet way more drivers than what I did the previous year. I was able to meet all the Anderson. I was able to meet all the Gravedigger drivers. I met Bryce Kenny, Jamie Garner, Armando Castro, Jim Kohler, the Hall brothers, the Pagliarulos, Colvin Nard. Like, I was able to meet all the drivers, although the one driver I didn't get a chance to meet and I'm kind of disappointed about was Tom Mentz. And so, I mean, if I would have known better, I probably would have went to his line. When the pit party opened, I would have probably split up with my mom, and my mom would have went to the Gravedigger line while I go to Tom Mentz's line. And if I would have thought that through, because I originally thought the Gravedigger tents were all going to be separate, like Tyler and Weston were going to be somewhere else based on the pit party map, and then Adam and Kristen were going to be somewhere else, but I was actually wrong. They were all together, so, you know, it's been unfortunate that we didn't get a chance to see Tom Mentz and meet him. Hopefully I can meet Tom Mentz again at a pit party in the future, or hopefully he's there maybe to sign autographs, and hopefully maybe at the next World Finals or something, because, you know, I'd love to get another picture and get to meet Tom Mentz once again. Besides that, awesome. I feel like last year in Nashville, the pit party was rushed. It just kind of had some weird stuff with the weather. And as well as after the first hour of the pit party, they pulled all the drivers from us, so we didn't get a chance to meet as many drivers as we did this year. Luckily, I think we had like 2 hours with the drivers before they went on lunch break and got ready for the skills and high jump competitions in the afternoon. So, you know, it was awesome. It was awesome. You know, we had more time with the drivers, able to meet way more drivers, and it was just super duper awesome. Awesome to see and meet all the drivers. It was just so awesome. It was a fun time, and yep. And now, next thing we can talk about here for the pit party was the amount of new trucks and schemes that we got to saw. First up, you know, it was really happy to see some of the new stuff Feld is doing. Instead of having all trucks run the same bodies, kind of like how they did from 2017 all the way through 2022. And just putting the drivers' names on the flags. And that we're starting to see more new and different paint schemes out here for the trucks. First up, Tony Oaks, we get a chance to run the neon red Thunder Roars during the last chance qualifier. Really awesome paint scheme. Just Brandon Telechka and Just Gator Done 2 brought back the 2020 body. Zack Garner and Wildside. And although the body scheme may look the same, if you take a look at it, first up they added the Pit Viper logo on the roof. They had a new tailgate added to the truck, and now the logo on Wildside is also now holographic, kind of like how Bad Company is. So that's pretty cool. The Pit Viper logo, and all the Wildside logos you see on the truck, they are all holographic, which is pretty cool. We got to see Kraken with a new purple design. We have a Fortnite truck. That was unexpected. I never thought in my 16 years of being a fan at Monster Jam that I'd ever see a Fortnite truck, but hey, this year keeps being the year of unexpected stuff. I mean, that's what I can almost like describe for the 2024 season of Monster Jam as a whole. From my personal standpoint, just in general as a whole, is the year of unexpectedness. So that was something really unexpected. Nobody saw it coming with a Fortnite truck out here. Whoa. Nobody saw that coming. I'm super happy they did it. That was just awesome. Although I've never played Fortnite before, where it was still pretty crazy to see that happen. Yellow El Toro Loco is back. Another thing unexpected. Jamie Garner would run that during last chance qualifier in high jump. Matt Pagliarulo would debut a new gesture design with it being silver. We got Sparkle Smash finally getting made into a real life truck. That looked awesome, although the mouth looked a bit small and a tiny bit goofy on the truck compared to how you see the models on Steel Titans and the Spin Master truck. So, but you know, it was still pretty cool to see Sparkle Smash. It turned out good. Kristen Anderson would run the pink Gravedigger again from last year's World Finals. Tyler Menninga would run the purple design from last year's World Finals. Wes Anderson ran the orange design as well. Also, you know, it's great to see the colored Gravedigger schemes back. Joe Foley would run Nitro El Toro Loco during the last chance qualifier. Jim Kohler would debut the new graffiti scheme. Very fitting with the city that we're in. Inglewood was not the best of neighborhoods, but that's okay. Jim Kohler getting to run that new scheme. That was pretty awesome and epic. And you see another white Avenger body. Turned out awesome. Black Pearl would debut an SUV body, which in my opinion didn't turn out the best in my opinion. And I don't know, I think that was the only paint scheme that I saw from the event that I really didn't like. Corey Rummel would bring back Megalodon Fire that he'd run during the event. Jurassic Attack, the old Jurassic Attack body that we saw, I think that ran from its very early days all the way maybe up to 2007 or something, would be back. The brown design would be back and run on one of the chassis here on display as a display truck. We have Split Maximum Max D body from last year's World Finals, and Split Max D body also did do a few shows this year, such as in San Antonio, Orlando, and Philadelphia. So you know we got to see that scheme return for the first time since Philadelphia, and it was ran on Tom Menzies' chassis there for display. Then Blake Granger would run the Fire Max D for the skills competition. I don't know if he was gonna run it in the main field, considering I don't know if it was gonna be planning to run in the main field or not. I mean, you kind of did crunch the body after skills, so that's probably why they changed it. But it was great to see Fire Max D back nonetheless. Next up, it is time to talk about skills. As great pit party. Time to move on to the skills challenge. My recap on skills. So skills was pretty interesting. We got to see some interesting attempts. Now, I don't know, skills this year is pretty good. Maybe one of the best, better than, it was a really good skills challenge, better than the one we saw last year. There was no mud, and the 2 attempts and 2 rounds with 1 attempt each was finally utilized after being, it was going to be used in Orlando and Nashville, but was scrapped due to weather. So, you know, it was awesome. We finally got to see a nice another dry track for skills for the first time since 2022. And, you know, skills have turned out pretty okay this year. There were a lot of failed attempts, but I think skills turned out better than what I thought it would. I did not have very high expectations there, for skills. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think it was going to be that good, to be honest, with the track layout. I thought the skills were just going to be a bunch of bicycles and tombstones, but it didn't turn out that way. Skills, you know, it'd be pretty awesome. There were some awesome attempts from Weston Anderson. And, you know, he had some awesome attempts. Tyler Menninga, he did an awesome attempt. Blake Granger, Jamie Sullivan did pretty decent. Zack Garner and Ryan Anderson also had 2 nice tombstones. Tristan England had a decent run, and everybody, pretty decent performance out here. And the moment that really stole the show was Armando Castro's moonwalk to backflip, which was really awesome. That was just so awesome to see. Some very unexpected. I did not see him do that. Like, I was just kind of like, whoa, like that was just awesome. That was just awesome. I was something I did not see coming, and it was actually perfectly rotated. I remember Tyler Menninga tried doing something like that back in the Superstar Challenge from last year, but it wasn't really clean though this time around. No, it was a really clean attempt, and that was just awesome. My mind is just blown. That was one of the biggest. That's probably my second favorite moments from that weekend, from seeing that and to see Armando Castro get a win. That is really emotional, you know. As this has probably definitely been Armando Castro's probably best season ever, winning the World Finals Skills Challenge Championship, winning his Arena Series East. Although it has been a really good year for Armando Castro on the track, seemed to get the win out here and dedicate to his sister who sadly passed away. I believe in mid-April, I believe. Armando's sister sadly passed away. And, see him get a win out here for his sister was just absolutely awesome. And it was really awesome. Probably my favorite skills challenge, in my opinion. This definitely beats the Nashville one. The ones in Orlando, although this one was close with the 2022 Orlando one. In my opinion, is probably better because I think this El Toro Loco move was better than the Max D one, than the Max D flip moonwalk to backflip he had. In my opinion, this one was a bit better than the one Tom got in 2022. It was also better than the 2019 one, in my opinion, although it is controversial. I do say this one's better than the 2019 one because, in my opinion, the 2019 World Finals Skills Challenge kind of dragged on for too long because it was 2 attempts in 2 rounds. They each got 4 attempts, and in my opinion, it was just kind of like, in my opinion, it just kind of dragged on for too long. All the competition was good, but in my opinion, it just dragged on for too long. The competition felt too long. Like, I just couldn't wait for it to be over so we move on to racing. And, and it was just kind of like not well paced, and went by too slow. Meanwhile, this competition felt like it wasn't rushed, but it also didn't drag on for too long like the 2019 one. So I definitely have to say this is definitely the best skills competition we probably have seen at a World Finals, and it's really awesome with the dry track and everything, and with the time and everything being on schedule compared to the past 2 World Finals in Orlando and Nashville. Just awesome to see. Next up, we've got the high jump competition. And high jump this year was easily probably the best high jump competition we've ever seen. Ryan Anderson's strategy of that brake check in the air to get the rear tires, get the truck almost like floating, like as if it's like laying on the track flat. That that kind of like strategy. Ryan has definitely made the high jump competition better, make it more technical, more challenging, rather than just doing a big sky wheelie and hoping you somehow get higher than the other competitors. So, Ryan's strategy, it's really good. And almost all the competitors, I think every single competitor was trying to do Ryan Anderson's strategy. Yeah, I think all the competitors probably did attempt and tried to do Ryan's strategy. Compared to just sky wheelies, we actually had a nice dry track this time around. I believe the only 3 drivers that attempted Ryan's strategy last year, the brake check in midair, were Ryan Anderson himself, Cynthia, and Bryce. So, but it was awesome to see all the competitors do it, and Ryan Anderson would not go 3 for 3 as Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars would get the win. It's kind of like it's definitely my dark horse pick win for this competition. My main picks were to predict to win were Ryan, Bryce, and Tyler. But seeing Colt get the win, which is really awesome. Colt Stevens probably got the biggest air in SoFi when they did the show in 2023. So to see him get this high jump win was just absolutely awesome. Colt's known for going big in LA, and he continues that on out here as he just gets really high in the air. Really great high jump. Just really awesome job out here for Colt Stevens. He did really awesome out here for him to get the win. He's now a 2-time champion. He deserves it. Awesome job out here, and that has been the best high jump competition we've seen. I don't know how much better it's gonna get. Maybe there's gonna be some new strategy out here. Who knows? We'll have to see as the years go on. We cannot wait to see what it will bring next year in Salt Lake City. Next up, we got the Sparkle Smash Encore. Now, when I heard they were going to bring back the Wall of Steel, I was pretty excited. It was going to be awesome and get to see Kayla Blood make history as the first female driver to do a stunt. Most of the World Final stunts we've seen in the past have either been done by Tom Meents or Colt Neichelberger, and even we had a one-off occasion of Adam Anderson, and he would do the stunt for the 40th anniversary Gravedigger. You say, no, it's awesome to see a different stunt that's not just a truck jump, like we've seen the past couple of years, like what we saw in World Finals 20, World Finals 21, and World Finals 22. So, it was awesome to not see a truck jump, and to get to see the Wall of Steel return. an old stunt. Well, the only thing I do have to say, my biggest criticism about the stunt was the fact that well, I've got two criticisms. Number one, I felt like the wall should have been higher and that they should have added more cars. I don't know, maybe the lack of resources was there, or if the time, because they had to clean the track up pretty fast in order to get it ready for racing and for the main field stuff. So, it was awesome to get, but it was also still good to see the wall of steel return and to see all those crushed cars getting smashed. It was absolutely awesome. And it was a really great job out there for Kayla Blood, as she did great out there, and she was able to nail the wall of steel. And my second biggest criticism is the song choice. Now, most of the time for the song choice for the encores, I think they've done pretty good. Most of the encore theme songs have been pretty good, whether it be Bad to the Bone for Gravedigger's theme song, the theme song they used for the 15th anniversary Max D encore, the encore theme used for the 25th and 30th anniversary encores, the 7 truck jump from World Finals 20. All the music was just really well fitting. Max D's theme song "Dope Ride" used back in World Finals, back in World Finals 14. So, the song choice in Thunderworth's theme song as well for last year's stunts. So the song choices for the stunts have all been really well, but this song right here is probably the worst song choice we've probably seen. From what I've heard rumors of and hearing in the background, it seems like Sparkle Smash, for probably the first time ever making history, Sparkle Smash will get its own custom-made theme song for the truck rather than using an already existing song like all the other trucks do. And it's going to be released by Sydney Mac, and so far, the theme song I don't know, it sounds cringe, and it just doesn't sound good, in my opinion, because I remember Rings of Rod's Monster Jam live with actually RRMJL, when they debuted Sparkle Smash last year for the Halloween show that they did last year. They would play Ace of the Unicorn instead as the truck's theme song when they did it, and in my opinion, Ace of the Unicorn is definitely a better fitting, and it's just a better theme song for the truck than what Sydney Mac kind of sung there in the background. So, the song choice definitely was a bit disappointing compared to some of the other encores we have seen in the past. Next up, we've got the World Finals Racing Competition. And this was probably easily the best part in the entire show. As the racing track being the S-Style is definitely very unique and very awesome out here. We also had an amazing racing bracket out there on the track, where by the time, as a fun little stat that I learned actually from watching Monster Diecast video this morning of his review on the show, is the fact that there was only one World Finals only one World Finals champion made it to the quarterfinals in round 3, that being Tristan England and JCB Digatron. The rest were all new competitors. This World Finals racing was absolutely crazy. There was many upsets, from Too Tall taking out Ryan Anderson, and many other upsets. Random Han had some upsets. I believe she took out Armando Castro, Cody associated, maybe some other competitors. So there was many big upsets out there on the track. Tristan England taking that Ryan is kind of an upset, but it also kind of isn't at the same time. They're both really solid racers, but taking down the number 1 qualifier, that's always crazy. Some of the new drivers making it very far or into the bracket, like Zack Garner, Dalton Widener, Jamie Sullivan. The independents in World Finals Racing this year did really great, with Zack Garner doing awesome, which we'll talk about very soon. Dalton Widener making it to round 3, and then David Olford also made it all the way to the semifinals. So now the independent performance out here is really good. What's crazy is with the independents this year, 3 of the independents that competed in the World Finals this year, 3 out of the 6 had already competed in World Finals in the past, while the other 3 are new. And the crazy thing is, the 3 new independents to the field being Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack, Zack Garner and Wildside, and David Olford Velociraptor all did better and made it farther into the bracket than the already appearing drivers of Corey Rummel and Megalodon Fire, Jim Kohler and Avenger, and Cole Bernard and Black Pearl, as those three would all lose in round 1. Cole would have truck issues, and then Jim and Corey just lost. So, it was awesome. It was awesome getting great to see some other newcomers here in the World Finals, like Jamie Sullivan. They get pretty far into the racing bracket, and she'd make it all the way into the, she made it all the way to round 3. She did awesome out here. I think she's probably the best performing female driver in racing, as Kayla, Blood, Lindsay Reed, Kristen Anderson would all lose in round 1. There's another Brandon Mahan also did pretty good. She also made it round 3. So, racing, it was just really awesome. Great track. There's also lots of crashes out here. We haven't seen that many crashes in the World Finals racing competition. And, this is our first time actually seeing 8 crashes in the World Finals racing competition since 2019. World Finals 21 and 22 did not have any crashes, probably due to the slick conditions. I mean, the closest thing we probably got to a crash in those 2 World Finals was probably, when Wes Anderson nearly slided and collided into the wall after coming short on the over-under jump back in World Finals 21. And also another fun fact about this racing competition is the fact that by the time round 2 was over, there were no more Gravediggers left. All the Gravediggers have gotten out. Kristen lost in round 2, and then Weston, Adam, and Tyler all lost in round 2. So that was really crazy out here to not see a single Gravedigger make it past round 2. And also, in my opinion, this racing competition was probably one of the best racing competitions I've ever seen. In my opinion, it did beat the elevated starting line ones, the ones from World Finals, the one from World Finals 20 and 22. I mean, in my opinion, it's probably one of my favorite World Finals racing competitions I've ever seen. It's up there. I don't know if it beats 2000. The World Finals 21 over-under track is also really cool. I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat that, but World Finals 21, this is up there with the race competition from World Finals 21, World Finals 11. That was also really good. World Finals 9. Yeah, it's up in World Finals 18. Like, this is up there with top 5. Like, if you were to ask me my top 5 favorite World Finals racing competitions, I'd probably easily say World Finals 9, World Finals 11, World Finals 18, World Finals 21, and then World Finals 23. So, it was really awesome out here. And probably one of the best parts, my favorite part of the show is definitely the Zack Garner winning the World Finals racing competition. I am so proud of Zack Garner. Zack Garner is one of my dark horse picks for racing. Considering he'd been fast in racing all year long in the arenas. He just been bad fast in the arenas, picking up multiple wins. And with all the tight hairpin turns here on this track, this was definitely something the arena drivers would excel at. In Zack Garner, he'd make it through the bracket. And, having to take down lots of really tough competitors. And he would pull out the racing win. He had to face up against Tristan England and JCB Digatron in the final round. And to see him get the win, it was really awesome. Probably one of the most emotional World Finals wins probably ever, in my opinion, World Finals racing. And probably one of the best World Finals final round races probably ever. In my opinion, it was a great matchup between Zach and Tristan. And I mean, it's up there as one of my favorite final round races. It's up there with World Finals 11, World Finals 20, World Finals 21. Those were all definitely some of my favorite final round races and were happened in those World Finals. So, it was really heavy, really emotional out here. Seeing Jamie Garner, he also got really emotional as well. Out here for his son, and to see him and his family win, seeing another independent take home a racing championship is just awesome. It's our first time since 2019 we're seeing independent win racing. Last time we saw was Jimmy Creighton and Bounty Hunter win back in 2019. It was just awesome out here to see Zack Garner win. It was really awesome. This is my favorite part of the show. Favorite part of the entire weekend. I was screaming so loud. I was so happy when I saw Zack cross the finish line. I was happy for him and his family. You know, so the Garner family is one of my favorite families out here in Monster Jam. And, you know, Jamie Garner is he's just such an awesome driver. And he's also just an awesome guy off the track. He's been so awesome. He's been a good buddy to me. From when I've met him at all the shows I've seen him at. So, you know, it was just really awesome to see the Garner team pull out with this racing win, representing for all the independents, representing for Overboard Motorsports. It was just awesome, and I'm super duper happy for Zack Garner and Wildside. Next up, we've got the Fortnite stunt, which is also pretty good, and in my opinion, this is definitely better than the Sparkle Smash stunt, as Charlie Pauken would get the chance to drive Fortnite. Now, in my opinion, I don't know if Charlie Pauken was the best fit to drive a Fortnite truck, considering he is a bit of an older driver who may not be as much of a gamer and play Fortnite like the younger people, since more young. I mean, that would have been, you know, it would have been crazy if like Ninja or Laserbeam or some Fortnite player, Tufu or some famous Fortnite player. That would have been crazy if they would have showed up to the event and drove the Fortnite truck. That would have been that would have been really crazy, you know, but to see Charlie Pauken, he did really awesome. As he jumped over the battle bus, as well as awesome to see a battle bus out there on the track. Again, you see Charlie Pauken jump it, as he clear and jump it over the first time and have a crazy rollover save afterwards, and then he'd go back and crush the battle bus. It was awesome to see him crush the battle bus. Too bad they couldn't leave the battle bus there for freestyle, as that would have been really awesome if they would have left the battle bus there to be crushed again and kept getting crushed in freestyle. You know, considering this is actually a fun fact. It's actually the first Monster Jam World Finals freestyle competition to not have a bus since or some sort of a bus kind of like thing. I remember in World Finals 20 in Orlando they had a fire truck, but this would be the first World Finals since World Finals 17 where there were no buses on the track. So, you know, that was a bit disappointing and sad, but at least we got to see one bus get crushed. They crushed the bass. Charlie Pauken crushed the battle bus. In my opinion, it was definitely the better stunt, as it had a big air, a save, and some crushing of a bus. You know, so that was definitely my favorite encore of the weekend. Better theme song as well. I mean, so it was just really awesome to get to see Charlie Pauken do the stunt and was able to nail that jump, and it was really cool. Well, great job out of Charlie Pauken. Next up, we have got the World Finals Freestyle Competition. And man, oh man, this event out here with the awesome pit party, last chance qualifier, awesome racing competition, Sparkle Smash, the halftime show in DJ Malski was also really cool. Although I am a bit disappointed that the DJ Malski halftime thing, it's kind of been deleted. There are a few clips left online here and there, but sadly got deleted and removed from the Mosham live streams. Mosham cut that part out because of the copyright. But if anybody out there has the full thing, I think they should definitely post it to YouTube, as that was an awesome thing, awesome halftime show. You know, Joe Dennis killed it with the dance moves. Like, bro's got the moves. You know, he's one of the best dancers of all time that we've seen. And so, you know, awesome halftime show, awesome skills competition, awesome high jump, crazy racing competition, awesome pit party. This is shaping up to probably be my favorite Monster Jam event I've probably ever attended. And with the hype going into freestyle, freestyle would just sadly disappoint. Freestyle, you know, most of the trucks either crashed early or just broke. You know, lots of drivers would end up having early breakage. Things like Corey Rummel, who would break a tie rod in the front. Other drivers would crash early, like Jim Kohler, Weston Anderson, Blake Granger, Adam Anderson. There's some mechanical issues coming from drivers such as Armando Castro and David Olfert. And then the backflip really killed a lot of drivers' runs, like Lindsey Reed, Camden Murphy, Cole Vennard, Colt Stevens, Tristan England, and Jamie Sullivan, Kristen Anderson, all had their runs cut short and failed and due to a backflip. Although Jamie kind of failed hers at the end of time. I mean, the only drivers who were actually able to nail a backflip and actually come out of there successfully was Jamie Sullivan. He was actually the only driver to actually nail was actually the only of two drivers to nail was able to do two backflips. Although she failed her second one, but she would nail her first one and have no breakage. She was able to go out of that one fine with no issues. Dalton Widener Herm would also nail a backflip off the container and would not have any breakages. Cody Saucier, Bari Musauer, Tyler Menninger would nail 2 backflips. Ryan Anderson also nailed the backflip without no breakage. So, there's lots of breakage out here. This track was definitely not built in mind for freestyle. In my opinion, kind of like what Tanner said in his video earlier this morning. There's either one of two things was going to happen. And for freestyle, it's either going to be the best thing ever, or it was going to be the worst thing ever for freestyle. And we kind of looked at the Superstar Challenge. When the Superstar Challenge track got leaked to be the over/under style, I was a bit concerned and disappointed and worried that somehow, this is not going to be good for freestyle. But I would prove to be wrong, as it turned out awesome. It was probably one of the best freestyle competitions we've probably seen within this decade. And we're sitting here with this freestyle competition. It's either gonna be the best thing we've ever seen, or this would be the worst thing we'd ever see. And sadly, it would turn out as World Finals freestyle would just not be that good. The track was not built in mind for freestyle. Also, my dad did have a theory for why freestyle just kind of sucked and did not do good. It was because of the fact that unlike in all the other World Finals in the past, considering Inglewood and SoFi is an indoor stadium, the grass in there is turf and fake. And turf and that kind of grass is way harder compared to natural soft grass. So my dad was theorizing, even though they do put tiles over it, and my dad was theorizing that somehow, possibly, that many of the trucks were breaking because they were landing too hard off of a jump just causing the trucks to shatter, especially off the backflip ramp. Although we kind of did see this in the 2023 SoFi Stadium show, although not as bad. I mean, the backflip did kill the runs for John Gordon, Corey Rummel, and Cynthia Gauthier, as they would all fail backflips in their runs. Runs in the backflip, they all crashed and failed. Meanwhile, I think the only ones who were able to succeed out of their backflips of that night were Chris Kohler, Tyler Menninger, and Colt Stevens were the only ones who nailed backflips in that show. Oh, and I don't know, Tyler may have broke his truck, although he may have broken his truck, and he went and wasn't able to continue on. I'm really not sure. I really can't remember. I believe his run was done after the backflip, but I can't remember why. It may have been because it was the end of time. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch the event. But, this wasn't an issue in the other show, but, that could possibly be an issue compared to all the other World Finals in the past being Las Vegas, Orlando, and Nashville, all being outdoor venues, so they all had natural grass and they weren't doing turf, so the landings were softer, not leading to as much breakage. But hey, that's just a theory. So maybe my theory is right. Let me know in the comments down below, that possibly being the reason why freestyle just didn't do too well. But I do have to say, definitely picked up within the last 5. Tristan, Colt, Camden, Tyler, Ryan, they all picked it up at the end and saved and carried the freestyle competition. So, just awesome job to the end. And Dalton Widener and Jamie Sullivan also had awesome performances. Bari Musauer was having a great run until he had a wicked crash with quite a couple seconds left to go. Also, I do have to say this World Finals judging was pretty fair. Although, in my opinion, if you were to ask me to rearrange the top 6, in my opinion, in freestyle, in my opinion, I'd probably have first being Tyler, of course. He deserved that win. Spoiler for what we're about to talk about. Ryan in second. Third would be Dalton Widener, in my opinion, considering he's the only driver to really drive off the track. Most of his trucks couldn't drive off the track, but Dalton was able to, and he was able to complete his time. So I would have put Dalton in third. I would probably put Jamie Sullivan in fourth. Cody in fifth. Bari in sixth. Seventh would be Colt Stevens. Eighth would be Tristan England. And then, I don't know where the list would go from there. But that would, in my opinion, be the top 8, in my opinion, in freestyle. And, World Finals freestyle had so much potential if they had a better track. I think mainly it's the track's fault. I kind of wish maybe they can, I hope someday, and there is a chance, considering World Finals, when they announced it, said 4th of July weekend. So that means there is a chance that possibly we could see a 2-day event next year, which I hope does happen. So we can have a proper and well-made freestyle track. Also, my last big disappointment of freestyle was the fact Jim Kohler did not jump into any pools. Maybe it was a bit too cold out there for Jimmy, but he sadly did not jump into any pools this year, which was very sad. And to see, I think Jimmy and I think the last time we saw Wolf Hounds where Jim didn't jump into a pool, I believe it was I can't remember. I can't remember if he jumped into a pool in Wolf Hounds 17 in 2016. I can't remember, but it is sad that we did not get to see Jim jump into the water. Hopefully, they'll have a pool for Jim Kohler next year as we continue on the tradition. I know Jim Kohler kind of did do a little fountain tribute at the awards show, where he'd dumped some water on his head and to kind of make up for the last night. I mean, I don't know why Jim didn't have a pool this year, but hopefully Jim can have a pool to jump into the water, because that's just a Wolf Files tradition, and we have every year, and it didn't feel like a Wolf Files freestyle competition. We didn't have Jim jumping into some water. But, overall, freestyle, definitely disappointing, although it did pick up towards the end. It was really disappointing, it just really sucked that, freestyle. If freestyle was a bit better, this probably would have gone down. It's probably one of the best World Finals of all time. Up there with World Finals 9 and World Finals 18. Next up, Tyler Menninga, he'd end up winning the World Finals freestyle competition. And I have to say congratulations for Tyler Menninga. This was a long time coming, and he finally got that win. He definitely deserved it. Tyler Menninga is one of the best freestylers out there. We can now probably cross him off the list of best. He was, in my opinion, coming into that night, Tyler Menninga was probably the best driver of all time to not have a World Freestyle Championship. And now he finally got it, so, that was just an awesome job for Tyler. He deserved it. He burned it down. Tyler Menninga has probably been my favorite freestyler to watch all season long. He's had many crazy runs throughout the year, and to see him get this win was just awesome. Great job out here for Tyler Menninga, and for winning this World Freestyle Championship. That was just awesome. Nice job out here for Tyler. Well deserved, and it was a long time coming. Next up, we got the awards show. Now, sadly, I did have to go home after that plane flight home. Really good. Sadly, I couldn't get a chance to attend the awards show or the Top Golf. I had to go home. Maybe one day I can attend those events. Hope in the future, maybe once I have more money. But the awards show, it was really awesome. It was awesome to get to see all the outfits and the fits out there. Jim Kohler rocking it out with that nice green suit out here. That was just really awesome. The Pagliarulo, Chucky Calkin, and Mike Pagliarulo also had awesome fits as well. And all the fits on the award show outfits this year were just awesome and nice. The award show this year is probably in my opinion, probably the best award show we've ever seen. And it was definitely probably as good as the one from 2022. From Scott Jordan's roast in the beginning, all the suits that we got to see, some of the roasts that we got to see out there from the drivers, some of the funny presentations we got to see. It was a really awesome creative award show. We got to see Adam Anderson represent the Colvinard and do the Colvinard. So that was awesome to see. And he said, just great job out here. That was just a great award show, and probably the best part about it was seeing Tom Meents get the Lifetime Achievement Award. It was a really great week for Tom Meents. Also, I did forget to mention that they also brought back Shake Me at the World Finals Pit Party, restoring that. Great job to Jamie Garner, Mark Hall, Tom Meents' daughter Hannah. Just really great job for able to pulling that off and bringing it out here as a surprise for Tom Meents, to surprise him, bring him back to his old days doing the mud stuff. It was awesome. So great job out here for Tom Meents. That was a really emotional presentation. Getting to see Jamie Garner do that. Jamie Garner was definitely a W for doing that. And that was really awesome. Getting to see Tom Meents in the Lifetime Achievement Award. That was really emotional as well. Well, it was a really awesome award show. Probably the best award show we've probably ever seen. Although it is controversial with the 2022 one that we saw, but in my opinion, this one was definitely better and was awesome. Best of Monster Jam award show we have probably ever seen. And that'll be a wrap for World Finals in Inglewood, California. It was really nice that we're getting knockoff now. This is my 5th state I've done in attending shows for Monster Jam. Now, if you would have told me I would have been going to California for Monster Jam a couple years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have wanted to do it. But to get to do it out here this year, it was really awesome. Really fun time getting to be in a new state. Then now cross off another state off the bucket list of states to attend Monster Jam shows at. So far, it now marks 5 states in the United States which I've attended a Monster Jam show in. So far, the states I've done Monster Jam shows in so far, I've done Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, and now California. And hopefully we can knock off some more states in the future. I hope to do Missouri at some point. That's a big bucket list one. Missouri, Indiana, Utah. Those are all stops I'm hoping to do in the future. Hopefully we can knock off our 6th state next year with Utah. So, awesome World Finals. This, in my opinion, probably would have been my favorite World Finals, probably of all time. And probably out of all the ones I've attended, being this my 4th World Finals I've done in person. It probably would have been my favorite one, if only if Freestyle was a bit better. Freestyle was awesome and was great. I'd probably say this was probably one of the best events I've probably attended of all time. But Freestyle just, it was still a great event, still up there, probably one of the top 10 best World Finals of all time. But, it was a great time, great event. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun out there. It was really awesome. Although there was also one other disappointment. Also, I was actually one of the first people to get into the pit party. I wish they actually got it live on YouTube. They actually sadly didn't because they had some camera glitches. But if the cameras didn't glitch, you probably would have seen me running into the World Finals, being the first one in. I mean, I wish there was a video of that and seeing me being the first one running in. Sadly, I did not record it. And currently, as of right now, there are no recordings of the pit party gate first opening and dropping and seeing all the fans come in. Sadly, no footage of that currently exists as of right now. I've looked up trying to see if I can find some fan footage on YouTube. Sadly, it doesn't exist. It didn't come. I mean, Monster Jam didn't have it on their World Finals vlogs. It wasn't there on that. Jesus Esparza didn't get it in his vlog. So, hopefully somebody has it. If somebody does have that, please post it, send it to me. Because I'd really love to have that moment on there. If anybody also has the full recording of the DJ Malski encore as well, I'd also love to have that as well in my possession. So please be sure to send that to me. But great weekend. I had a fun time. Although I do have to say this probably does maybe beat the World Finals in Nashville. Maybe the first Orlando World Finals as well. But I still have to say my favorite World Finals of all time that I've attended would still probably be the 2022 one in Orlando. That one was just awesome. And that will still remain to be my favorite World Finals I've ever gone to, is World Finals 21. I was able to be consistent in all competitions. Great racing, great freestyle, great skills, great high jump. So, it was just really awesome. But hey, that'll be a wrap out here. This is the final video I'm making out here for this, for Monster Jam in first quarter of 2024. That is, pretty crazy out here to say, final video for World Finals. Although, actually, I think I do have some other first quarter shows I'm going to try to be posting. I have to repost the second Tampa show from this year because of the fact that, somehow the Lucas Stabilizer freestyle run is somehow copyrighted. For some reason, it somehow got copyrighted for an unknown reason that I just don't really know about. But sadly, I'm gonna have to try to re-upload that. I'm also gonna try to upload shorter full show videos from the Atlanta shows as well. So that is stuff I'm gonna be trying to post. But for now, it's probably the end of the first quarter stuff. It's been a long 3 months, and it was a long 3 months and 11-day journey out here for first quarter shows, going to 10 shows out in first quarter. It was awesome. The journey started February 8th, back in Tampa doing the displays, and Thursday at the stadium, we'd go to Tampa, then 2 weeks later we were in Miami, then the weekend after that we were in Orlando, weekend after that Jacksonville, 2 weekends later we were in Birmingham, Alabama, 3 weeks later we were in Atlanta, Georgia, and then over a month and 4 days later, we were in World Finals in Inglewood, California. So, it was an awesome ride, an awesome journey. I've got to thank everybody. I got to thank first of all my parents for spending all the money. As we spent probably over $10,000 so far Monster Jam this year. So, thank you to my family, my mom, my dad, for taking me to all the shows, but my dad being the ticket buyer and the financial advisor, and my mom for doing all the driving to all the shows. So, thank you to my mom and dad. Thank all the people in the Monster Jam community for making this year so special. Whether I just saw you in one show for Tampa, or if I saw you for almost every single show in the year, thank all the the whole Monster Jam community, the Jam fam, for making this year, for making this year special. Well, this year probably would have definitely would not have been as fun if it weren't for you guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys make the show experiences better, and I'm super duper happy and proud to call you all my friends, and you guys are just really awesome people. So, I gotta thank the whole Monster Jam community. I gotta thank everybody at Monster Jam and Film Entertainment for making this happen. All the drivers, crew, announcers, media people, all the track crew, officials, everybody behind the scenes, making this all possible. Well, we couldn't do it without you guys. And last, we'd love to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Even though something we didn't honor him his best in some moments this season, but we're still thankful for him allowing us to God for allowing us to get to all these shows. If it weren't for him, we couldn't have done any of this stuff out here. For safety and provision to give us the finances to do this, and to give us the safe journeys to and from the shows. It was just awesome, and yep, that concludes the journey. What a wild ride. We had lots of highs, lots of lows. But, looking back on it, we'll probably remember the good times more than we remember the bad times and the hard times. And that'll be it for this video. I'm sorry for rambling on. Go check it down below in the description. And go check out videos from the weekend. Go check out Friday at the Stadium. Any on the Pit Party vlog, high jump skills, racing, freestyle. Go check out all those videos that I've made for my World Finals series. Also, go follow my Instagram. Check out my YouTube Shorts. I'm posting shorts and highlights from the events. Go do all that. Go follow my Instagram if you want to see other highlights and stuff from my thing. Go follow that. All this stuff that in my Instagram and all the video links that I'll be put in the description down below. Please go check those out. And everybody, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you guys can be notified for when more Monster Jam content comes your way. Well, that'll be it. We'll see you all next year. Also, here's some gangsta photos. I don't know how on earth, why on earth these things are in here. Yeah, everybody, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you all soon for some more Monster Jam action. Peace out. Have a God bless day.